Howdy folks, Mark Hopkins here. Welcome back again to another little edition of Slide Beginning Conversations. So the last video I posted more so kind of was talking about simplifying things and referring to your root, your flat third, and your fifth. So in the key of E minor, if we're talking about more of a pentatonic approach, using those three notes to play a little bit beginner slide stuff. Somebody asked me about, and this is always true, always feel free to shoot me messages of different things you'd like to learn, and I'm happy to do videos about them. But somebody was asking about basically phrasing and how you're playing, how you play slide, and how do you approach soloing in slide. So what I wanted to do is just take a quick minute to talk about two things. One being more along the lines of using your flat, or your 1, your flat 3, your 4, and your 5 to start some ideas around soloing, but mostly kind of starting with your vibrato, because that is something that a lot of people have a hard time with in the beginning. A lot of people will rush a vibrato, and that's what makes playing slide sound either beginner-esque or more intermediate or advanced, depending on how good your vibrato is. And that's something that you need to work on constantly. And it's something that I am working on constantly because it's not perfect and I don't really love it when I hear it back. But let's start there, and then I'm going to kind of go into using some ideas for syncopation and ways that you can play licks and start to explore more improvisational approaches with playing slide. So when I'm talking about rushing a vibrato, what does that mean? Well, sometimes people get overly excited, me included, when I first started learning how to do this, and you might not be accurate like that. What you need to kind of think about in terms of a vibrato is consider yourself a singer. So this is your instrument and you are the singer. Vibrato, as a vocalist would approach something, would be to sing a note and then bring the vibrato in slowly. So if I'm playing you gotta make sure that you're reaching that target note and the intonation for your note is correct first and foremost. Different ways that you can practice that, as simple as doing something like going between E and D, for instance. So if we're doing, if we're fretting those notes, just kind of training your ear to hear the difference between those two pitches. So when you are using the slide, you're not kind of more leaning flat or leaning sharp. So if you can kind of work on those things and then transition that into understanding how to use your vibrato, then we get this. And I will say this too, whole step slides are great, but I feel like what is even more soulful is half step slides. So what you want to try to do is get that note, get the intonation correct first, and then try to get that vibrato consistent. There's lots of different types of vibrato, so is the vibrato coming from above the note? Vibrato coming from below the note? And then there's that kind of like that Elmore James thing where you're really shaking it a lot. So kind of if you can start working with those things vibrato wise, and then you can build a scale if you want. Kind of work on your vibrato, just play major scales, and you can just stay on one string. Don't worry about traversing different strings, but if you can start there, that's a wonderful place to begin. Now, how do we start learning how to solo? Well, that is really the foundation. So That first video, we're going to do a second video that talks a little bit more about syncopation, but I'm going to give you a really quick exercise that's in the context of what we just discussed to start working towards improvising in the key. Let's say we're in E, like E pentatonic, kind of like what we did in the last video. We'll start there, and I'll give you just this quick exercise. We're going to stay on the same string, just one string. What I'm doing is I'm playing the root, the flat 3, which is your G, your 4, which is A, and your B, which is your 5. Okay, so just those 4 notes. And then what you can do with that is start. Okay, when we get up to that, sorry, I just threw that flat 7 in there. It was just like a habit. So those are some things you can mess with to start with. I will do another video. I'm going to try to do these once a week right now. I'm trying to get my channel up and running. So tell your friends about this. Subscribe to me so I can get, you know, more videos posted, more content every week. At least starting right now, 1 video a week. I'm going to get some lights, better camera, really do this thing right for you guys so you can get a second camera angle on my hands and all that good stuff. So tell your friends. We're going to do slide guitar, we're going to do regular guitar stuff in the future. We're going to do open tunings. Lots of different things coming up for you guys. I hope you enjoy this. And yeah, leave a message. Tell me what you'd like to see. You know, what other things do you want to learn about? All right, see you guys.